guys. Hello.
Hello.
How is it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great today. How are you doing?
Oh, just fan freaking tastic.
Yeah, we love to hear that. I actually walked in. I went and got my lashes done earlier, and me and the lash lady were just chatting, and I walked in all chipper, and she was like, how's it going? And normally I'm pretty quiet. I like to nap sort of when I get my lashes done, but I was just so happy because today was so good. I got great news, and I was like, you know what? Today's amazing. I'm having a great day. And my lash appointment went by so fast because we just talked and chatted about gossip and random stuff. So
I love lashes.
mm-hmm.
Oh, they're just so good. And the men of TikTok, not TikTok, TikTok. I'm on TikTok right now. I'm learning. I'm old.
TikTok.
I'm old.
The new Vine.
The new Vine, and I don't even know what Vine is.
You don't know what Vine is?
No.
You were never on Vine? I'm old too,
No.
but I even used Vine.
No,
What?
no, I swear, I'm old.
Vine was so much better than TikTok. Trust me.
Oh, well, times are changing.
This is true.
We have a lot to talk about today. Speaking of age, there's a question about age that I we'll get to, but I was like, oh, okay.
A question about age. Oh, a question about age. Oh, yes, a question about age. Our age on Twitch, age on streaming. Oh yeah, we have to get into that. We could start with that. Well, hold on. We got to give our intro first. Hold on, guys. Hello, welcome. I am Kato or Katie, whatever you prefer. This is Lamb Chops.
Hi.
Hello. Yes, guys. This is our second episode of Grab a Cup of Tea, where we talk about Twitch tea, Twitch drama, not really drama, but important things that you should know about streaming on Twitch, being a streamer, being a content creator, all the good stuff, and just what's going on in the Twitch world, the streaming world, the gaming world, etc. So welcome everybody. I guess we'll start off by saying that we don't really have any updates on our situation. It's kind of things have been going on behind the scenes that we can't really talk about yet, but it's moving forward in the right direction.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are they want to know updates every second, and there's a lot that comes with legal battles, if you will. It is a battle, and there's a lot of stuff that is going on behind the scenes. That we don't even know. I mean, there's we did get an update from our lawyers a couple days ago, and they said things are backed up in the court system. So
COVID has caused a lot of problems, especially in the court systems. Definitely.
Yeah. So things are on the right track.
Yeah, we're moving forward, guys. Just know good things are happening. We can't always talk about the good stuff, but we promise you things are going well, and they're going in our favor, which I like. So I like it when things go in my favor.
We're really happy.
Yes,
we're
very
really happy.
Okay, so I think the first thing that we wanted to talk about, now this was a question I think we got last week, and we were gonna address it last week, but we kind of ran out of time. And I know we want to address it this week. This is actually from a question from a viewer somebody sent in. And do you want to read the direct question?
Yeah. I'm gonna read it. It's yes. Okay. Okie dokie. So this is a question we got a couple weeks ago. What is your opinion on streamers, male or female, pretending or not disclosing that they're in a relationship intentionally for the purpose of gaining more or not losing followers? Not that anyone is required to disclose their personal relationships, only in regards to when it's done intentionally for some sort of gain.
Okay, this is a loaded topic that has been, I feel like this is the taboo topic of Twitch that has been going around forever. I don't know if anyone remembers the whole Amaranth thing when it came out that she had a husband, and there was that whole copy pasta. I don't know if anyone remembers that, the copy pasta that someone sent to her and was like, I can't watch your stream anymore, and I'm going elsewhere, and yada yada yada. And I think that is a great example of why, and I'm only speaking on women's behalf, or at least my behalf, but it's true. I mean, it's true that you lose followers if you disclose you're in a relationship. I think that that's totally true. And it might be, for some people, it might be a lot of followers. For others, it might not be as much. Or I know that there's some content creators on Twitch and YouTube that are like couple creators. And obviously, like, if you're a couple creator, you are clearly in a relationship. And they have a ton of support. I don't think that you have, for a female at least, I don't think that you have to be single in order to be successful. But I definitely think that there is a cutoff or like a stopping point of like how successful you really can be. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm not to put down creators who are very open about their relation. I'm open about my relationship. I'm in a relationship on Twitch. And I think that I have definitely seen a decrease in like viewership and followers and just overall like monetary success because I've said that I'm in a relationship. I don't know. What do you think?
So a couple of different points, and I love all your points. Jazzy, my cat may mute me, so just let me know if you can't hear me. So in regards to safety on Twitch, I think in life as well, on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok or wherever, I think that, you know, what I recently went through, you know, you as well with this harasser kind of targeting me and then also targeting my loved ones and my family. I think that for me, it's more so safety. In the beginning of my streaming career, I thought I'm not going to tell anybody I have a boyfriend. You know, I did. And then we broke up and then I was like, I'm just going to be, and I was single. And, you know, I just, you know, when I started dating someone, I didn't really talk about it because I realized it's nobody's business.
Right.
You know, it's
absolutely
a lot of people try to make it their business. And I've seen a lot of women and men content creators that maybe share that they have a spouse or share that they have a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatnot. And they may share that handle of their significant other and people target that person. And it's
especially if you break up too, and then they pick sides, and then they like go and like hate on that other person. They're like, hey, like we're on team XYZ, you know, like we hate you, things like that too. And I think that like what the question also was saying, like, okay, you can choose not to share for whatever reason, but if you aren't sharing because of monetary gain, like that's bad. Or I don't know if they were saying that that's bad necessarily, but I think that it doesn't matter. I think that like, in my personal opinion, like I'm all for get your coin, sis. Like if you feel like you make more money, it is your life and your livelihood. And if you make more money not talking about, you know, your relationships. Now, I think there's a difference between lying and saying you are single and leading people on. I don't agree with that necessarily. I
agree.
If you don't talk about it, I think it's fine. It's okay to be like, I don't talk about it. I don't want to share this information. You don't owe anybody any explanation for your private life. What you choose to share is what you choose to share. And I think a lot of viewers, especially with like bigger content creators, I've noticed like a lot of like Valkyrie, Sykkuno, all this like big, like they've like blown up in the past like few months because of like Among Us and stuff. I've noticed that a lot of people on their YouTube comments and stuff will say things like, oh, like, well, I saw Ray go and do this, or she was talking to this person. And it's like, they just want to know everything about you and every aspect and little detail about your life. And like, I feel so bad if you get to like being that big. It's like, that's stressful. I would hate that.
It is. And it is. And I can't imagine their significant others. I mean, if they're in the limelight or if they're not, but yeah, no, I agree. If you are intentionally, well, and we talked about this a little bit before, I think a lot of people don't realize that streamers, a lot of them, me, sometimes you, I don't know, we play character.
Yeah.
I mean, I am not, when I go to the grocery store, I am not Lamb Chops. I am Sunny.
Right. Of course.
Know, I think a lot of people, and Dr. Disrespect, like he has a persona. He puts on his costume.
It's a show. It's a show.
It's a show. And me, I don't put on a costume, but I am Lamb Chops, you know, and
definitely.
And it is a show. And I don't think a lot of people know how to or can differentiate between streamer and person.
Right.
You know, there's lamb chops and then there's Sunny.
And a lot of the times people kind of like mesh the two together and they kind of assume like you are always lamb chops. And especially like in public too, like bigger streamers, I've never had anybody, actually one time only, I've had one person come up to me in real life and ask me if I am Kato. One person ever, and that was super cool. That was like the most exciting thing. I was at Disneyland and he's in my chat right now and he remembers too. He came up to me and he was like, "Are you Kato?" And I was like, "Oh yes, that's me." I mean, he's my mod now because he's a longtime viewer, but it was like so special. But I can't imagine people who are like even bigger, like people constantly coming up to them, and like if they aren't exactly what they expect, then they're like, oh, I don't like, this person was rude, or this person wasn't like how I thought they were, you know? And or if they see them with a significant other or whatever, you never know. It's just people assume like they or no, what's the word? They feel like they have like a right to know, when I think that that's just not true. I don't think people have to disclose anything they want.
Because you've donated, because you've subbed, you have no right to know about anything in anybody's personal life. And you know, like you at Disneyland, like if I was out and I don't know if you're like this, but I have to turn it on. It's like I have to turn on my streaming persona because I'm very quiet. I'm very reserved. I don't talk a lot. I'm not, you know,
I feel like it's the opposite for me.
And, yeah.
I'm pretty like bubbly and outgoing in person. So, but I can see why like a lot of people are more reserved and stuff like that. And it's definitely, it's just like, it's like putting on a show. It's like you're an actress, essentially. You're acting. Well, I mean, to an extent, obviously you're not acting like you like people, but you know, like your viewers and stuff. I mean, I definitely like love all my viewers. I'm not, you know, not to say that I don't act like I like them, but it's more of like like you said, a persona, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just, it's frustrating to me because, you know, I want to do well on Twitch, but you know, like you said, you've lost some viewers because they know about your boyfriend, and I keep my stuff private, but my close viewers, my mods, my people, the people in the guild, my friends in the guild, and my close people, they know exactly what's up with my relationship status,
and of course, and that's okay. And you shouldn't even have to tell them if you didn't want to, you know? I think.
But it is hard. It is hard when you say something like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend," and that person that was always there, they disappear. And it's like, man, they were only here because they thought they were going to marry me, or because they had a chance. Yeah.
It's actually interesting that you say that, because before, I've been with my boyfriend for almost 2 years. Actually, I've been with him for quite some time, and I was very, very not open about my relationship. It took about, I think we were together for 6 or 7 months before I opened up about it and just kind of was like, "Yep, I have a boyfriend." And I wasn't necessarily like, when people would come in, they'd be like, "Are you single?" I wouldn't be like, "Yes, I'm single." I would never say that. I had like a command that was like, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why does it matter?" And I would ask him. I'd be like, "Why? Why does it matter? Are you gonna leave if I do?" And I kind of, you know, I was very self-conscious about my stream at the time. And I've had boyfriends in the past that I was open about right away. And then I've had boyfriends where I didn't tell anybody that we dated, and they didn't find out until after we broke up. And I was really upset. And people were like, "Why are you upset?" And I was like, "I had a boyfriend. We broke up." And, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it took me a while to open up about it, because I was very scared of losing my core community. And I was like, you know, I don't want them to stop watching me or stop supporting me, because this is my full-time job. I do rely on subs and donations. Like, this is my job. And I think that is also so taboo to talk about on Twitch, which we could totally get into another, like, I could go on and on and on about like the, you know, talking about sub count and talking about, you know, asking people for subs. I think that that's like a very split opinion, and like I said, that's a topic for another day. But
well, it's it's our day. This is my job. I quit my job and I look at my sub count and I go, that's my paycheck.
Yep,
And I
that's your
think,
paycheck.
okay,
That's what you have
I
to
get
live off
paid.
of.
Yep, I get paid on the 15th of the month. I don't get 2 paychecks a month.
Nope.
I get paid on the 15th.
Once a month.
And if I don't make a certain number, I can't pay my bills.
Exactly.
So it's a little scary.
And that's how I viewed it at first too. I was like, I know that I will lose a lot of money, but there was like a turning point, and I think it was like it almost like, and me and my boyfriend had talked about this, and I was like, it's almost so stressful because I feel like I'm living in like a lie. Like I feel like I'm like I have this huge lie that I'm keeping from people because it was just getting more and more like I would want to say things, you know, be like, oh, me and my boyfriend did this, or I went and we did this, or different things. I don't remember, but it was like eating away at my conscience. And I felt like, you know what, I need to just say it, because the people who like me for me and the people who like my content for me will stick around. They will still be there. They will still support me. I know that. And you know what, if the people who were only there because they thought that they had a chance, then they can leave. They can leave, because then they're not real supporters. And I thought, and I talked about it with my boyfriend. We discussed it back and forth. And like I said, we went back and forth about it. I was like, should I not? What should I say? What should I do? It was a big discussion that him and I had. And like, he was supportive either way. He was like, you know what? I don't care. You know, if you want to tell them, you tell them. If you don't, you don't. That's all you. That's your job. You do what you need to do for your business. And I thought, you know, it just felt better on my conscience to be open about it. And my stream loves him. Like, he's a part of my stream and they all really like him. And I'm glad, because my viewership definitely did go down. There was times where I wasn't making as much money as I used to, but you know, over time I've built up a better audience and people who are actually there for me. And I'm so happy. Like, I do not regret talking about it at all, because I feel like I've built up a core community of people who really genuinely like to watch my content for me. And they don't care if I have a boyfriend. They don't care if I'm single. They aren't there for that, you know? And that to me is like the most satisfying, most rewarding feeling in the entire world.
Yeah. And so your boyfriend is comfortable with it.
Yes.
Some are not. No. Some want to be, and a lot of people need to realize that too. Some don't want people to know. And
absolutely.
It's not, it's not my choice.
It's a dual decision. Exactly.
It is.
Especially for people that are bigger. If you're a big streamer, you don't want, you know, they don't want to be in the limelight, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, they like to be there. They like to just be part of chat. They don't want people to know, hey, I'm this person's girlfriend, or I'm this person's boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, get your money. You know, people support families, men and women support families and kids. And you and I, we don't have kids. We're not married. So I can't even imagine maybe being a mother and being like, hey, I'm not going to talk about my boyfriend or girlfriend or wife or husband or whatever.
Right.
It's totally up to them. And I think that people, like, it's their decision, and you can't get mad at them for living.
Exactly. It's a personal decision.
Yeah. Especially in this day and age. I mean, with COVID and, you know, people maybe turning to streaming or turning to full-time streaming because they got laid off and they have no other means to make a living.
Yeah, definitely. I think that, you know, and like I said, what worked for me, you know, coming out and talking about it, that worked for me. That necessarily doesn't work for everybody. Not everybody feels comfortable with it. And like I said, I am fully supportive of whatever anybody wants to do. If they want to talk about it, they don't want to talk about it, whatever. But you know, it's also interesting because I'm speaking strictly from like a girl's point of view. And I think that's where like a lot of people, that's where they look at it, from the girl's point of view. But I wonder if there's any guys out there that don't talk about their significant others, because I know, or at least I can't say I know because I'm not a guy, but as an onlooker, I can't imagine that a guy would lose viewership for having a girlfriend, like, unless the girls like really want to date him. I don't know.
I know a guy, and I'm not going to say who he is, but he's a fairly larger streamer, and I became friends with him, and he has
World of Warcraft?
No, okay. No, he's completely different. Okay. He has this persona. It's a character. He's a character, and the perception looks like he's single and he's, you know, whatever. Exactly. Yeah. But I was like, do you have a girlfriend? And he's like, yeah, I have a girlfriend of a few years. I'm happy. And he doesn't talk about her. He, you know, and I see a lot of women in his chat. he's a good looking guy. He's young.
Yeah.
And I think it goes both ways, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
I think, what is it? 45% of gamers are women. I mean,
On Twitch?
we're, I, th-
Or is
I
that just
don't,
like all gamers in the world? Like, where's
I
that
think it's all
stat?
gamers in the world.
What is the statistics of like females on Twitch? Stats of females on Twitch. Not just streamers, like viewers.
Yeah.
I want to know like the demographic of like, I'm looking this up right now. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, in 2019, Global Web Indexed quarter 2 of 2019 said that 65% of Twitch users are male and 35% are female. That seems like a decent amount. I mean, like, it could be better, but
that's 2019. It's
probably
only
grown.
Yeah, it is only grown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's got to be more like almost 50-50, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I've been a single girl before. I've gone in on chats that I thought a guy was cute and I flirted.
Oh, I've definitely done that before. So
100%.
I can't blame. I feel like I definitely can't blame guys. Like, if they think I'm cute or they think you're cute, I don't blame them for coming in and thinking like, oh, she's cute. But like, you know, I hope that they would want to stick around because they like my content. And if they found out I had a significant other, that they would just be like, ah, you know, but she's cool. Like, I'll stick around, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there was this one time, and another reason why I don't talk about it is because, so I had a boyfriend. The reason why I started was because I went on a date. I met this guy. I thought he was going to be a complete asshole. And we were talking, and turns out he played World of Warcraft. And this is before, I mean, I wasn't playing WoW at the time, but I had, and we're like, oh my gosh. And he got me into streaming, and I was using his computer. And then we broke up, and I was like, sorry guys, I can't stream because I don't have a computer and I don't have enough money to buy a computer.
Yeah.
In come the donations.
Yeah.
And in come people, you know, trying to help me out. And eventually I got back with the person, and we broke up again. And like the second time we broke up, I really didn't want to make a big deal of it because I didn't want people to think I was like trying to
like bait people,
exploit.
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of people think that girls do that. Like when they break up with their boyfriends, or if they're, you know, or don't talk about it. I think that a lot of, and I'm not going to say all men, but a decent portion of people, not just men, like women too, will jump to conclusions, and they'll be like, oh, they're only doing it because they are out of money. They need money. I see it on Twitter all the time. It's like it's like a topic that comes up every few months. I swear, the same topic of booby streamers, you know. It's like boobs. It's like a topic that comes up every few months. Somebody makes a thread, oh my gosh, this girl has her boobs out, she's getting so much money, blah blah blah. It's every few months, new person, same topic. But and then it starts a huge debate, and everybody's debating about it on Twitter. It's like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It is. And if you know what streamer Twitter is, you know exactly what Kaity's talking about. Yeah. Streamer Twitter is just the devil, and it's filth.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh my, yes, exactly. Yes. It's, oh my Lord. It's like a war. It's like a war of people. It's a cesspool of like people that are, you know, people that are hating on women, and then there's women hating on men, and then there's people that are like, no, like, let's support everybody, and then, you know, there's people like, I hate everybody. And it's just it's a crazy balance, not a balance, crazy mix of people.
It is and in throwing boobs it's every 4 weeks. I think someone has to say boobs are stealing my views.
Yep. It's literally every 4 weeks. I'm not even kidding. It's once a month. I swear, once a month it comes up.
And I like, okay, so I'll go to one of these people that are like, boobs are stealing my views. Okay, I'm gonna click on their Twitter. I clicked on this person's Twitter the other day, and they said, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but women with boobs have way more viewers than I do. Okay, click on his Twitter. The only thing on his Twitter is going live tweets and retweets to giveaways. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna, whatever. I'm gonna go to his Twitch. No panels, no information, no about me.
And when's the last time he streamed?
I think he streamed a lot. Oh, honestly, I think he streamed a lot. So like 20 hours a week, probably, which is a part-time job.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm like, panels are free. You can write hey, I'm Joe Schmo and I'm from Missouri and I like puppies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How easy is that?
Yeah.
How easy is that?
Oh yeah. People, it's the funniest thing because the guys, or I shouldn't just say guys, because it's definitely girls too. I see a lot of pick-me girls out there.
It's women too.
The people that are the ones complaining that boobs are stealing their viewers. First of all, those people that are saying that, even if those, should I say we, like my boobs are out, I'm wearing a turtleneck right now. I'm wearing like a turtleneck right now. But I'm just saying, even if those people were quote unquote stealing those viewers, that's not your demographic. If that's not how you portray yourself on stream, or if you are not comfortable with your body enough to wear the clothing that you choose to wear, that is not your demographic. If those people are only going to people who have boobs out, like that's what they want, then that's what they're going to go for. They're not going to come to Joe Schmo's stream who doesn't use a camera or, is a dude with a beard. Like that's the viewers, that's their demographic is females who have nice assets or whatever. And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's not your demographic. That's not your viewer. Like no. People don't get that.
I have the type of people that I like to watch and I go for those people. And hey, I'll watch Joe with a beard any day.
Yeah, for me, like I have this one rule, and there's only 2 streamers I watch that don't use a camera. My thing is I only like streamers with cameras because I am very like personable and I like to see people's reactions. I like to see their facial expressions. I like to put a face to a voice. I can't stand streamers who don't use a camera. I don't know why. I not stand them, but I just don't watch them. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my thing. I sometimes will watch Lyric because he's popular and he's got good content. And the only other streamer that I've been watching lately that doesn't use a camera is Timmy Toucans. He's hilarious. He's on TikTok. But for me, like you said, I have my own personal genre and demographic of people that I like to watch. Like I primarily watch females. I primarily watch females who are FPS gamers or MMO streamers. I like cameras. I like people who've put effort into their stream to make their stream appealing looking and like aesthetically nice on the eyes. You know what I mean? Like there's things that I look
boobs
for.
Help.
I like boobs. I
like boobs.
I think they're great.
I love boobs.
So I think like there's just, like I said, there's specific type of people that I like to watch. And I think the same goes for other viewers. And you just have to find your niche, your spot of in the gaming world, the Twitch world, of where you fit in and where you'll pull viewers from. And Joe Schmo, who streams once a week for 2 hours with no camera or no bio or doesn't talk to their chat, literally won't say a word for 2 hours. Joe, I'm sorry. No, you're not going to grow on Twitch like that. You won't. And they're not stealing your viewers. They may have boobs, but they may have boobs and great content, So,
Exactly.
And there's boob streamers with not good content and they don't get viewers because their content's not good.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of women that have assets that are at the bottom of the pages, and it's both gender. Well, there's gender fluidity and there's male and female and whatever you identify as.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever you identify as. But I've seen all types of people at the very top and at the very bottom. I've seen non-camera streamers at the very top and at the bottom and everywhere in between. So I don't know. Boobs are. I love boobs.
I love boobs. I feel like that's a topic I could literally go on for forever about. That's just passionate.
Someone last night said your profile picture is offensive because of your cleavage.
It's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that because people come in, they're like, oh, like offensive. You know what people say when they come into my stream and they talk about my profile picture? They're always like, yo, I got catfished. I came in here clicking on your picture. You look so hot in your picture. And I come in here, you don't look like your picture. I'm like, thanks, Bob. Thanks so much. Makes me feel great. Well, in my defense, I'm using like a filter. I think I changed my profile picture since then. But the last one, I had like a Instagram filter with like the little like flowers on my face. I'm like, yeah, Bob, I naturally have flowers on my face and a flower crown. Like that's me, not edited. # no filter. That's me.
It's so funny.
Like, well, hello?
It's so funny.
People are like idiots sometimes.
How I wake up, like, that is not what I look like right now.
God, no.
for people listening on Spotify, we are currently live on Twitch, so people can see us.
Yes.
But I, you know, so when I wake up, I have a radio voice. You know,
hello, good morning. Oh, that's
you
me.
You can do radio.
Oh no, I hate my voice though.
I used to hate my voice, but I've
nice
changed
voice.
my voice, so I like my voice even more. So
what? How do I do that?
Lots of work. It because I came from a small town in Oklahoma, and I used to say things like "warsh," and
What?
we're not even going to get into it. Like you wash your clothes.
I didn't even know what you were saying until you put it in a sentence.
Wash. Yeah.
Wash your clothes.
Yeah. You wash your clothes. So I moved to Kansas City when I was 20, and people were like, where are you from? You have this cute little accent. No, nope. So I've changed my voice so I don't sound as Southern.
Yeah. Wow. See, I'm from California, born and raised, and I talk like such a valley girl. I'm like, oh my God, like, yeah, like, wow. That's how I talk. And people always tell me, they always make fun of me. They're like, oh my gosh, like. I'm like, dude, I'm from the valley. I can't help it. It's how I grew up. I always say hella. I'm like, that's hella dope. That's gnarly. Let's shred the pow pow. That's gnar, dude. Like, people talk like that. I talk like that too.
What does that even mean?
Like, that's hella gnarly. You say like, oh, that's hella gnarly, dude. Like, that's crazy sick.
What's a pow pow?
Pow pow? Like fresh powder, like skiboard,
Oh,
skiing
Lord
and
have
snowboarding.
mercy.
It's snow. It's like powder. Yeah, that's how people talk. Like, at least where I'm from, that's like what people say. Or they'll be like, I'll shred the streets, you know, like skateboarding. I mean, that's hella gnarly. Hella
I don't think I've ever used the word hella before.
That's all I say. It's like engraved into my mental dictionary. Like, that's all people use here is hella. That's hella gnarly. That's hella cool. That's hella sick.
Hella.
Dude. Yeah, dude. No, dude. And you put dude after everything. That's just a Californian thing, I think.
I say dude. I do say dude a lot.
Dude. I say dude to girls. I say dude. Me and my boyfriend, I call him dude. We call each other bro back and forth. Like, every time we see it, he'd be like, saw dude. And I'll be like, saw dude. Saw dude. Yeah, saw dude. Like, we call each other. Like, you wouldn't even think that we're dating because of the way we talk to each other sometimes.
This is I foresee a TikTok. How do you say wash Californian, and how do you say wash Texan? It's just we can
wash my clothes.
I wash my clothes.
I wash my clothes.
So we can start with some more questions.
Yes, we actually have this is what I was talking about earlier. We had like a list of questions, you guys. We've been getting a lot actually, and like I'm like, we can't even get past one because we just go on and on and on. But okay, read the next question.
I cannot remember what we wanted to do. This is a good one. Have you found streaming diminishes the value of gaming as a means to unwind?
Yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
I don't game. I do not. You know what's so funny is that do you know who Jari is? Jari, she's a WoW streamer. Yeah. I used to watch her back in like 2016, and someone asked her almost like the same exact question. This is like 2016, and they asked her. They were like, "Do you game because you stream, or do you stream because you game?" And at first I was like, well, I stream because I game, because I like to play games. I play WoW. I do this. But now fast forward, and she was already established by then, a huge streamer. And now here I am 2021, and I asked myself that question, and I'm like, no, I game because I stream. Gaming to me is not as relaxing anymore, because if I wanted to sit down and game and just by myself off stream, I feel guilty. I'm like, if I'm sitting here spending this time gaming, I could be streaming it. I could be putting on a show. I could be making content right now. I feel guilty, and I know I shouldn't, but sometimes I do. Like, I feel guilty, so I don't normally game off stream anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm exactly the same. I don't play WoW unless I'm streaming, because it's like, okay, what if I get something really good?
And you miss out on that reaction or whatever. Exactly. I feel so guilty not streaming when I'm gaming, and so I hardly game off stream.
And is it guilt because you're viewers, or is it guilt because of getting paid?
It's monetary guilt for me, because I know my viewers are super like understanding. Like I feel so blessed to have such great viewers and a great community that is so respectful of like my private time and needing to take breaks and stuff, especially with everything that's been going on with you and I, not between us, but you know, viewers, they know what we're talking about, legal situation and stuff. But they're very understanding of when I need to take breaks and stuff, which I love. So when I feel guilty, it's more that it's like, oh, what if I was streaming and like I, you know, missed out on subs, or I missed out on donations, or I missed out on, or whatever, you know. It's like I feel guilty in that, and I feel horrible doing that. But it's like, you know, how do I stop feeling that way? And for me, it's like I don't even enjoy gaming off stream anymore, really, because it's so exhausting during the day. I do it for 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, I feel guilty too, because it's yeah, what if someone was in chat and they were going to donate $5,000? If you know, ifs. There's always those what ifs. And you know, if I'm just sitting, you know, yesterday I watched a movie and I was thinking I should be streaming, I should be working. It's my job. Yeah. It is my job, and it was my decision. It was my decision to quit my job and to start streaming. So, you know, the guilt is real. The guilt is real.
It shouldn't be like that though, you know, but I think it's just like a natural thing. I think even like, I don't think we're the only ones that feel that way. I think other streamers definitely feel that way too. Even big streamers who are making, like I look at like big streamers and like, I'm super like weird. I'm like super cringy, and I like will look at their sub counts and I'll like add it up and I'm like, oh my God, this is what they're making a month. Like just for fun. Like I just like to know because I'm nosy. But then they'll complain. They'll be like, oh, I feel bad for not streaming. And I'm like, dude, you make $30,000 a month. You can take a day off, dude. You can take a day off. Yep. So I don't even think it matters how much you make. I think people always feel that way. They always are going to feel guilty if they're not putting out content, you know?
Always. I remember my first TwitchCon in 2017. I had been streaming for about 2 weeks. So brand new streamer, brand new viewer to Twitch. I watched one person stream and I said, I want to do this. So I went out and got a mic and I got a webcam and I started streaming. And I said, I'm going to go to TwitchCon. I'm going to learn how to be a streamer. And I went to a panel and I didn't understand this at the time. So it was a panel full of partners, all partners at the time. And the person that was leading the panel said, yeah, I invited so-and-so and they were going to come, but they didn't want to take any time off streaming. So they decided not to join. And I was like, I wonder why they did that. I mean, I wonder why they're not here and they're not coming to this panel. And I wonder why they're not at TwitchCon. It's so cool. It's money. It was money.
Fun fact. The best time to stream, the time you're going to get the absolute most viewers is during TwitchCon, the week of TwitchCon.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
All the streamers, all the big streamers, the viewers have nobody to watch. All the viewers that don't go to TwitchCon, they have nobody to watch. More discoverability. They're going to look for streamers. Yep. Crazy. So, I mean, it's a good business decision to not go. Totally. Oh, yeah. 100%. I like to go though. I think it's so fun. Like it gives you a nice break. It gives me a nice little vacation, nice break, spend time with people who have like-minded goals. And it's exciting. I love TwitchCon. I've gone the last 3 years, but that makes me wonder about TwitchCon this year. Like I wonder if they're going to have a TwitchCon this year.
And that was another question that we got. What is the future of TwitchCon? And I worked in a world where I did events and event planning and conventions. And the convention that I did was not on that scale. I mean, we had, I think, 5,000 people maybe attend. And it took 9 months to plan. The TwitchCon and BlizzCon and all those cons of that magnitude where you have tens, 20,000, thousands, tens of thousands of people, that takes a year. That takes years. I mean, after BlizzCon ends, they take a couple days off and then they start planning the next BlizzCon.
One. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's the same for TwitchCon too.
Yeah. So I'm going to make my thought. I'm going to say my thought. There's not going to be a TwitchCon 2021.
I don't know though, because like I don't know. I'm on the fence about it because I feel like they're saying that everyone should be vaccinated by June. Everyone should have access to a vaccination by June. I mean, that's depending if people actually take the vaccination, because I know some people are skeptical or they're not sure or whatever.
But vendors and merch,
that's true. I guess I never really thought of it that way.
The logistics of getting things prepared
and prepared. Yeah, you're right.
It takes months. I mean, to get stuff made, to get graphics made. Yeah. I mean, and it's so expensive.
Yeah, you're right. That I could see why it would take a year to prepare, unless they were preparing last year for it, hoping that coronavirus would be done by now. I mean, Twitch is so secretive about everything, I swear. Like, yeah. I don't think we're ever gonna know why Dr. Disrespect was banned.
Gosh.
They're just so secretive.
I don't think they even know.
Oh, they know. How can you ban something? What do you mean they don't know? Of course they know.
I'm kidding. I think, you know what I think?
What?
Honestly, I think that they knew he was going to YouTube. And I think that they just said, screw you. We're going to ban you.
You can't do that. They didn't ban, like, when Shroud and Ninja went to Mixer. They didn't ban them. They just took their partnership away.
I think that, I don't know. I think it was...
I think it had something to do with his contract. Like, he broke the contract in some way. Like the TOS.
Exactly.
By discussing contracts with other... I think that's how it went down, maybe. And I think that's why they banned him. And it could have also been because they were salty about it. Like, partially... Twitch banning is so weird. I see people getting banned for really weird random stuff, and then other people like not getting banned for things that I feel like should be bannable. Like, oh my gosh, wait, I know I mentioned this earlier before we started, but there was a couple that was in a Warzone tournament, and they were caught hacking or like cheating in the game, like using like aim assist, like aiming like cheats and stuff. And somebody called them out on Twitter, and there was like a huge thread, and I think they ended up getting banned on Twitch, but I don't know how long for.
Have that much time to hack
there? Like, for Warzone, I read online that this guy did an interview with some dude who like works at like a company that sells cheats to video games and stuff. And they were on a call together, and he was like, yeah, we have 1.2 million downloads of Warzone hacks. And he was like, if you break that down, every lobby that you get into for Warzone, which has about 130 people, about 40% of the people in your lobby are hacking, whether that's like intense hacking, like super aim assist, wall hacks, whatever, all the way down to just like slight, like, aimbot, or slight aim assist. Like there's like a breakdown of different types of hacks and cheats that are so subtle that sometimes you don't even know.
See, I don't play FPS games. I play WoW, but I did see on TikTok, I don't know, you can tell me if this is true, people are taking like a Post-it and putting it, they're shooting, and wherever the thing is on the wall.
Forever. That's not hacking. That's not cheating. That's just helpful. I used to do that. It helps you with it. Well, that's not cheat. I mean, it seems like it would be, but no, it's not. It's just, it helps you get like I know it sounds, don't laugh. I know it sounds stupid, but it helps you figure out like if you can't ADS or like, which is like aim down sight, if you can't like scope in, if you need to like hip fire, like quickly fire, it gives you, an idea of where you should shoot.
See, when I play FPS games, I've never had a kill in like Apex with my gun. I've only killed somebody using melee.
Wait, that's kind of hard though. Those are hard to get sometimes.
Those are the only kills I've ever gotten, and I've had like 3 of them.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. Actually, have you ever seen people hacking in WoW?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's okay. People will.
What?
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, this was back in the day. Like, I used to do rated battlegrounds in WoW, and I was like not in a very high bracket. I was like in like 2,000 rating, and on the other team, like I remember getting into this team, they were like fly hacking. Like their characters could fly in the battleground, and they would just like fly to the capture points and just, they would just win. It's weird. There's weird hacks like in WoW. WoW has very weird hacks. And there's what else is there? There's like speed hacks where you can like run really fast in WoW. And there's people that obviously like DDoS, the other teams, like internet, and like mess them up and stuff. But there's a lot of different hackers in WoW. And obviously there's the, what's it called? multi-boxing. Although I don't think that's not against their TOS though, because they're paying
There's
customers.
some wording that makes a certain multi-box software, I think, illegal. I don't know. Because I've seen a ton of multi-boxers since Blizzard implemented some multi-box ban. I think it's just certain software, and I could be completely wrong.
I don't know. And I just know that it was allowed. Like, it's not against their TOS because they're paying for all those accounts. So Blizzard's like, we're making more money. So like, we don't care.
And you know, I don't know how their computers can handle having 30 World of Warcraft screens open.
They're like, I don't know either. But you know what's funny is that I in Classic WoW, when Classic WoW came out, I remember I was doing a dungeon and I was a little bit further behind everybody else, and there was this guy. He was a mage, and it was when like mages, like frost mages, could like solo run dungeons essentially with their like frost bolt or their, I don't remember what it's called, but it was like, I don't know if you played Classic at all, but this guy was like multi-boxing with a bunch of mages, and he was just running dungeons farming gold by himself, like with all his little mages, and they were all just doing the same stuff. And I'm like, wow.
In Classic, 10 gold is 10 gold is a million gold.
That is a lot. The inflation has gone up over time for sure.
I just feel old. So they're speaking of me feeling old, there is one more question I think we should. Somebody asked this question, and I thought it was really good.
Oh boy.
So streaming is a very new profession and mostly done by younger people. Do you see it as a long-term career option as the field becomes more mainstream, or will it stay as a young person's game? Careers go into people's 50s. Most old streamers are in their 30s.
Okay, that last part cracks me up. Was that the end of the question?
Yeah.
Okay, that last part cracks me up so much. First of all, I think y'all would be so surprised as to how old some of your favorite streamers really are. Most these streamers are probably above the age of 25. Okay, 30-year-old streamer, that is not old. You think 30 years is old? I'm 27 almost.
I'm 32.
That's another thing. People don't like to talk about their age on Twitch too. Like streamers.
And I used to not. I used to not talk about my age because I felt like it alienated younger people that maybe probably had the wrong intentions. But I mean, there are so many more. I don't like the word old.
Yeah.
Let's say mature, maybe mature in age. I mean, like Hottie Chicken. I love Hottie Chicken. She is more mature. I think she's maybe in her 50s. She looks great. She's super sweet. But there's another woman and this. I only know WoW, but like WoW grandma.
I knew you were gonna say her. I love her. She's amazing. She's like,
and she's
definitely older.
78.
Yeah, she's like in her 70s.
Yeah.
And there's also gaming grandpa. He plays Warzone. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I love them.
There was a Just Chatting guy a long time ago. He was wheelchair bound, and he would just sit there, and he was older. He would just sit and talk to Just Chatting. He had thousands of viewers, and I'm like, hey, this is awesome. But I mean, what do you think?
So my boomer parents always tell me, like, they're so supportive of my stream, don't get me wrong, but they were super adamant that I finished college, which I did, and I'm very proud of myself for doing that. But they're super, super, like, strongly believe that this is not going to last forever. They're like, you need to, like, think about the future and, like, what you're going to do after. Like, you're going to have your fun as a young kid and enjoy yourself. Like I said, they're supportive, but they're looking out for me in a healthy way. But I just have to agree to disagree with them, because I truly think that, like, as time goes on, we are getting into a more digital age, and I think there's going to be way more jobs that are just online and not in person anymore. I think this is evolving, and it's in a good way. I mean, obviously some bad ways, of course. Everything has its downfall, parts. But I think that this is going to be something that is around for a while, and I think that it's going to evolve into something even greater and bigger than what it is now. And I think that and I think that's cool. Like, I would love to do this for the rest of my life, or at least be able to do it to the point where I can retire and enjoy the rest of my life, and not have to have a traditional 9-to-5 office job. I would love to continue this.
And content creation can open up so many doors. I mean, for me personally, it has. I have a background in I have a very professional background. I've had a corporate job. I've had the same, I've worked in the same industry for 12, 13 years,
Yeah.
that I've recently left. And that's given me a lot of experience in the business world. And I have a business mindset when I'm talking to companies and, sponsorships or partnerships or what have you. But I think, I mean, for me, being a gamer, especially a female gamer, somebody that's
Mhm.
older, that's been in the
Older.
corporate world, yeah, older,
Hmm.
old, that's been in the corporate world, I have made so many connections, and I see so many potential jobs out there for me. And I see a lot of streamers that do this. They are content creators, they are streamers, and then they find a network, and then they switch to a more, let's say, corporate job, but still within the content creation streaming realm
Yeah.
because of their uh, expertise
Yeah.
in this world. So I think, I mean, yes, you have your degree. That's amazing. I don't. Um, so
That's
I
something that'll
think
always be there. You can always go back and get it. You don't think so? If you
I don't know.
wanted to. I mean, you
If
don't have
I
to. But if you wanted
if
to in the future, you could. It'll always be there.
yeah,
Streaming
it's
right
just
now, getting in on it, and now I feel like it's really important.
it's very
And
important.
that's not,
And
and
when
I'm not telling people they should drop out. That's not what I'm saying, by the way.
no,
I'm not, I think that people should say it. So I see people dropping out, and this is a whole other topic. I see people wanting to drop out of college to pursue streaming or content creation. And like, as much as I love people's ambition and passion to do that, I just don't think that that's a smart move to make. But then again,
no,
I'm
it's
not
not.
them. I can't control them. If that's what they want to do, they should do what they want to do. But if me personally, that's not what I would do. I don't see
Yeah,
myself doing that. It's too, especially right now, with how saturated streaming is and Twitch. It's really, if you're not already in it, like, it's really hard to make it. And
it's
I think
very
people
hard.
need to be willing, kind of going off the question, going towards the future of streaming. I think that a lot of the times people, like, even from 6 years ago or 7 years ago on streaming, people have fallen off. People who are big then aren't big now, or whatever. And I think that people need to be willing to adapt to new changes in the streaming world. I think you need to be willing to change your content if that's what you uh need to do to stay relevant and to continue doing what you like to do. I think that some people are super hard stuck on certain, like, things, and they'll get, like, really angry and really upset at, like, rule changes. Like, I think some people were, like, so angry when ASMR came out with, like, its own category. People were
Mhm.
so angry about it. But it's like, if they're like, it's a gaming site, we don't like just chatting, it's a gaming site. Well, no, Twitch is not just a gaming site anymore. It's gaming, it's art, it's podcasts, it's life, it's working on cars, it's beauty, it's every whatever,
Everything.
it's everything. So I think people need to be willing to go with the flow and be willing to accept that if they want to continue doing it long term.
Yeah, yeah, and like you said, ASMR. I mean, I listen to ASMR. I mean, it's not necessarily ASMR, but I listen to calm music and calm soundscapes, and that is technically, it falls into the realm of ASMR.
Yeah.
I think ASMR gets a bad rap,
Yeah. But I think there's
and
just, like, so much stuff on Twitch now that, like, you could do anything.
it is there is, and I think a lot of people, when they see Twitch, they think, oh, I don't play video games,
Yeah.
so that is not a good website for me, or that's not a good app for me. People do cooking, like you
Yeah.
said, people do everything,
Everything.
and times are changing, and COVID has taught people a lot.
I think COVID has
And
been, like, the only good thing about COVID is that it has forward pushed the idea that, like, we can do jobs remotely.
yeah, and companies are now selling their real estate, their actual physical brick and mortar real estate.
Yeah.
And it's less expensive for them to pay for the internet and pay for the electricity
Mhm.
in these huge buildings. And
And they realize they
yeah,
can do it. They can have people work from home and get their job done, sometimes, if not better,
and be
Definitely.
more productive. I mean, for me, I used to go to work when I worked in my corporate job. I used to, get up and go to work and be there by like 9:30, and then leave at 4 something, because I had a long drive. And I would get up, I would roll out of bed, and it would be 8 something. And mean, I got an extra couple hours of work done because I wasn't driving and I wasn't getting ready. I wasn't doing my makeup and doing my hair and going to lunch and like
Travel
driving to
time, the
lunch break.
break time, exactly. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think we're moving in the right direction. I think that things need to be fixed a little bit. Like obviously the internet right now is still like a vast ocean of,
It's a cesspool of shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff on the internet that they haven't really, been able to control, I think, which normally I'm not like super crazy on like control everything, but I think the internet, like there's really scary stuff out there. Obviously I know firsthand with our harasser. We both know firsthand. So I'm excited to see, society move towards a more digital age. I think that's really cool. I love gaming. I love digital stuff. I love technology. I'm super obsessed with technology. I love like solar powered stuff. I'm just like super for the future and like, moving forward. I love that. So I think that it would be really cool to be able to do this for the rest of my life or the rest of my career. And I think that would be fantastic. And I would love to see other people do that too.
I do too. I hope more people do it, but I hope more people do it right. And, like we talked about in our first podcast and how to kind of keep yourself a little bit more safe on the internet. You have to, female, male, no matter who you are, you have to keep yourself safe. And I think that should be part of the onboarding process. I think Twitch needs an onboarding process of,
I agree.
This is what you need to do. These are the steps that you need to take before you become a streamer.
Well, there was a question I think someone asked that
was a question.
Yeah.
It is what realistic actions, features do you think Twitch can implement to protect streamers?
I think what you were saying is an excellent idea, an onboarding process and kind of being like, hey, here are some steps before your first stream, before you go live. Here are some steps that you should take. Looking up your information, seeing what information you have online that's public. Maybe think about making separate social media for your persona or whatever. Things like that. Oh, hey, here's a great website for a VPN, or work with a VPN company, get sponsored by a VPN company or whatever. Little things like that I think Twitch could, like, these are all things that I never thought of when I first started streaming. I didn't think about it until after the bad stuff happened. And I think a lot of people don't realize that coming in. They only see the good. They never see the scary stuff that happens behind the curtain. So I think Twitch...
It could never happen to me.
Couldn't happen to me. I'm whatever, And I even used to think it would never happen to me because I was such a small streamer. I still, I got my harasser while I was still a small streamer. So it can happen to anybody, let me tell you. And I think that Twitch could definitely have more information readily available for new streamers, like on their website, giving them tips and advice of what you can do to stay safe.
And what can happen.
Yes, what can happen if you don't. Yes, absolutely.
Yep. What is swatting? What is, what is a chargeback? Things like that.
Yeah.
The bad things that happen to people. And I think when people start streaming and they press go live for the first time, it's all rainbows and butterflies and I'm going to become famous. I'm going to get a lot of followers and I'm going to get a lot of viewers and life's going to be good. And it's not. I mean, there's a lot
that goes into streaming.
Yeah. And a lot
just perfect.
Yeah. And what happens when your first and last name get leaked? What happens when a pizza man shows up at your front door because your harasser found your address online?
Yeah.
How, mental health. There needs to be some mental health help.
Yeah,
because
that too. It's draining. It's mentally draining. Not even if you aren't being harassed, like even just normal streamers, like it's very mentally draining. It's hard. If streaming is not physically, it doesn't take manual labor. It's not hard in that sense. It's hard on your mind and your body thinking like, I got to stream 10 hours, 12 hours a day. I got, I'm not getting any followers. I'm such a horrible person. I'm a horrible streamer. Nobody likes me. It's the questions and thoughts that go through your head. And I think that having a more mental health, links on their website would be also very beneficial. So Twitch, if you're listening, those are some tips that we have for you.
And like you were talking about earlier, I mean, constantly looking at yourself and constantly, having to edit photos and having to.
We were talking about that off podcast.
It's mentally harmful. And
Yeah.
it's sad, you know, that, you know, I have to edit photos and I have to do this and I have to do that. But yeah, I mean, the mental toll that streaming takes on you is tough. And it's not just sitting here, you know, every day. I think a lot of people think that streaming is just, oh, you just sit on your ass all day and you play video games, and that's what you do.
Right.
I mean,
and also
the
just
perception
like,
is that,
and not even just like beauty standards, but like for me, I know that I struggle with this a lot, is like view count, like seeing how many viewers I have, and it's like, oh, if my viewers are low today, it's like, oh my gosh, like, is it what I'm wearing? Is it what I look like? Am I not funny? Am I too boring? Am I this? Am I that? Like, why is nobody watching me today? Why is nobody talking in chat? Oh, chat's dead. Someone comes in and says, oh my gosh, chat's not moving. Where's chat? Chat's dead. Like those questions or those comments that, like, you know, it's like, I know, like, I'm very well aware that's like Twitch etiquette. You don't go in and say that to someone's stream, but that's also really hard on me, because it's like, if I don't have a great day where I have a lot of viewers or a lot of activity, it's like, well, what did I do wrong? What's wrong with me?
And you're a partner, so your view count, I mean, can fluctuate. I've been dealing with trying to get the 75 average, and I've hit it and I've not, and I've, you know, I had one stream where I didn't and I got denied, and I just, you know, I talked to you and I said, I can't stream the podcast because I don't get my normal 75 plus. And I, you know, today I said, fuck it. You know, I cannot be concerned with my view count. And I was talking to somebody, and, you know, wow, especially World of Warcraft is low right now. And there's a lull, and it's mentally, it's really, really tough on me when I'm used to having an average of, you know, at one point I had 90 average for a few months, and then 75. And, you know, I took a couple days off, and I have to think, well, I've had low views lately. And I'm like, is it because I took 2 days off, or is it because there's a lull? It's these questions
that go through your head, and it stresses you out. It's anxiety, and it's everything. And unfortunately, Sunny, I hate to tell you this, but even though I'm a partner and I don't necessarily have like that goal of numbers that I'm like trying to reach for partner status.
No, I know.
The stress of numbers does not ever leave. And it's like, because once you hit partner, that's like the first step, because then there's like so many more goals that you want to reach with, you know, numbers, and also with like partnerships for like sponsors and stuff. You know, they want certain numbers, they want certain, you know, statistics of your streams and stuff, so it never goes away. It's constantly like looming in my head. And I saw your tweet yesterday or the day before about like saying how people who are able to like turn their view count off must also not eat their fries when they get them in the car, because that is so true. It's like that level of self-control that I do not have. I have tried to hide my view count when streaming. I can't. I'm like, I'm too curious, I'm too nosy, I need to know.
Yep. Yeah. And it's like, I hate that Twitch out of the gate they set that expectation of view count. And it's just, that is how you grow, and that's how you become a partner, and that's how that's how you're judged. I mean, really. And it's so hard, because once you get there, like you said, once you hit a partner and you're at that 75 or whatever, and then you're lower than that, it's like, and I get really irritated with people that say that partners that stream and their average is less than 75 should have their partnership taken away. And I'm totally against that.
I wouldn't, if that was true, then I wouldn't be a partner. My viewership has gone down like a lot. It fluctuates for everybody. It's not just small streamer. It's everyone's part. You know, viewership fluctuates over time. Like, they can't expect you to have the same viewership every single stream. Like, that's unrealistic. No,
and there's a lot of people that hack Twitch, and they do the partner push. And there's some innocent partner push, but then there's,
you know what they call that?
There's some not innocent partner push what? Oh,
no, go on. Sorry.
There's just some people, not people, but I've just seen in the past where people will have not thousands of views, but hundreds of views. And then once they hit partner, it goes away. And it's like, was that inflated? Like, what is that?
You know what I call that? Me and my boyfriend, because I see a lot because like at night we like to sometimes go on Twitch and like look at new people. I call that legal view botting, because it's not like you're paying for bots to like come into your you know what I mean? You know how people can like,
Yeah.
there's like people that pay for, I know all well about view botting. Won't talk about his name today, but well, you know, yeah,
I
used to
know.
do that. Yeah. Anyways, but he, there's people, we call it legal view botting, because people will like tab for tab or be like, have my tab open, have your tab open, like, you
Like
know,
follow for follow.
follow for follow. Like if
And
you follow
I'm
me,
very
I'll
against
leave you.
that.
Yeah, because it's not real growth. That's not real.
No.
Yeah, maybe it gets you partnership, but then what? What's the point of having partnership if you don't have a stream community? If you don't have any success on it, like, what's the point? A status symbol, it's not. Trust me, that status symbol, that little check mark, when you first get it, it's great for like the first few days. You want to flex it in people's chats, and that's cool. But after a while, it literally means nothing.
So frustrating. One day I'll get it.
You're so close.
I'm kind of no, I'm not. No, definitely not close anymore.
I'm telling you, you don't need that 75. I'm telling you, they've
told me. I got an email, the last email that I said it was different. This one was different. It said you must have an average of 75 every single stream.
They must have changed that then, because when I got partnered, I did not have 75. I was like a little bit below it. I was at like 60.
You got partnered before the whole apply.
I was an affiliate. Like I got partnered when did they come out with the affiliate thing? Whenever they came out with the affiliate thing, I got partnered like 5 months after being affiliate.
Okay.
So maybe because it was like so new and they just didn't really know what they were doing, and it was like fresh. Yeah. And I think I kind of got like a fluke I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I kind of got a fluke partnership because I wasn't hitting the 75. I was at I was like 65. I was like 10 below. And I remember being so close, and I was like asking all my friends, I'm like, please host me. Like, I'm so close. And I remember I was like, I'm just going to apply, whatever. And I randomly got it, and I was like, oh, okay, like, cool. But for me, like, I feel like it's almost kind of a fluke, because if I tried to apply now, there's no way I would have gotten it. There's no way I would get it right now.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried to apply. I've applied quite a few times, and
I definitely applied like so many. I think I applied like almost 10 times before.
Really? I think I'll probably that's what it'll probably be. But I just recently was like, I cannot focus on this.
No, I can't focus on your content. Make your content good, and eventually that will show in your numbers. I think if you do that, it'll show in your numbers. Twitch will see that. I think maybe stop applying, give it more time before you apply again. Maybe give it like a couple months, like a month or two.
I did. I waited from December to January, I think, and then I applied again in March, and it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
You know what? It'll come. Give it time. I promise. It'll happen. It's not like an if thing. It's a when thing, because it will. Okay, your content is great. Your streams are so fun.
You're so sweet.
You have a lot of viewers.
Oh, you're so sweet. I love you.
It's true.
Thank you. Make sure you host me. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, guys, everybody go check out Lamb Chops, the stream. She's pushing for a partner.
So real quick. So I know we're about to wrap up.
Yes.
So talk to us real quick about your, is it Gen or Gen G?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Selfish promo here. Selfish promo.
I asked. No, I asked you.
Yes, guys, if you are not aware, I am in a wrong thing. I am in a competition. Oh, definitely not that emote. I just put a drinking emote in my chat by accident. Shot time at 11 a.m. I am in a competition, you guys, to join an esports organization, Gen G. They are so amazing, guys. They're so the reason I love them so much is because they are so like female driven. Like so much of their staff and their streamers and their content creators and their gamers are all women. It's like super women driven. And not only that,
I didn't know that.
Yes. And it's like the cool thing is that it's not just like another org where it's like, oh, female org. It's like they're successful. They've won Fortnite tournaments. They've won Valorant tournaments. Like they win like tournaments. Like it's like a big deal. Like this org is huge. They're on the top. They were on not Forbes. It was some really, really big article was written about them. They are on top 5 like orgs to watch out for. Like it's a big deal. Like they're a cool org, and it's super, super female driven, and like they're super, super inclusive of, you know, different races, different sexualities. Like they're very inclusive, and I love that. It's super cool, and everyone is so sweet. But yeah, guys, I'm in the competition to potentially join as a content creator for them. We already had the show. If you guys missed it, it was on Wednesday, but you can still vote for me. There is a Twitter post where you can vote, in the poll, and then also comment my name under that tweet. And then there's a YouTube video where you can put my name in the comments on YouTube. If you guys would love to please vote for me, I would really appreciate that.
So just go search GENG, right?
GEN.G space. Oh, actually on Twitter? I think it's just
on Twitter.
Oh yeah. Twitter is just twitter.com/GenG, GENG. And then on YouTube it's GenG Gold. So
awesome. Yeah. Vote for Kaity.
Thank you. Kaity. Yes, I would really appreciate it, you guys. But I guess as we're wrapping up, we can end with our positivity and kind of talk about another streamer. This is actually, speaking of the Gen G thing, this is my competition, I guess you could say. But no, she and I competed on Wednesday, you guys. Her name is the Sivers, and she is really freaking cool. Like she is super cool into like not graphic design, but like special effects and stuff.
Yeah.
Her video, you guys, her video entry was so cool and so well done. But she streams full time. She streams in the mornings. I think she was telling me she goes live at like 8 or 9 a.m. Like she's pretty early. She's an early bird. I think she's East Coast time, so that would be like 8 or 9, 10 East Coast time. But she's super cool, you guys. She's big on TikTok. She makes great videos with her dogs and stuff. Her dogs are so cute. But yeah, it's twitch.tv/Sivers.
Spell that.
ASIVRS. ASIVRS. Yes, that's.
I was looking at it and I was like, how do you say her name?
ASIVRS. Yes, guys.
Sivers. She's super cute.
Yeah, she's super fun, and she just got engaged, guys. So that's also really cool. Yep, her and her partner are getting married, and I think that's really cool. See, and that's kind of goes along with I know, right? I'm like, hello.
One day.
Oh wait, wrong finger. Hello. Actually, I have a ring on this finger.
You have a ring on.
I can't get it off. I've gotten so fat. I'm being serious right now. I've gained so much weight. No, I'm like not even saying that to be like mean to myself. I'm just being honest. Like I literally can't. I can't get it off. I'm gonna have to get it cut off. I'm being serious. My fingers are so pudgy. My fingers have always been pudgy. I've always had I've carried my like water retention like in my hands. Like I'm not kidding. Like my feet and my hands always swell.
Okay, well, it's live stream Kato at the emergency room.
Literally getting my ring chopped off because I can't get it off. And people always make fun of me. They call me sausage fingers. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even saying this to be mean. Like I'm being on, like I laugh at it. It's funny. Like I have a whole, there's a YouTube video or like a TikTok that I posted recently, and I'm playing Warzone. You have to jump out of the plane.
You said I have sausage fingers.
I have sausage fingers. My fingers are so big. No, literally, look at my little, they're pudgy. I have pudgy fingers.
Well, I have arthritis, so my fingers, I've noticed because I've been playing WoW a lot longer throughout the day, my fingers swell, my joints swell.
Oh my gosh.
So,
yes, yeah. It's crazy. And like, yeah, my fingers are like, look at that. Look at my fingers are crooked, and it's bad. My hands are all messed up from streaming and gaming.
Spotify's really like, wait, I'm sorry. Is there I don't see these fingers.
If you're watching on Spotify, you can go watch it on YouTube or Twitch, the highlights. You can see us holding up our nice pudgy, my pudgy fingers, I should say. But I'm like, not even, people are like, you're being mean. You're so self-critical. I'm like, no, I'm not even being mean to myself. I'm just being honest.
I mean, that's when you're most comfortable, or like that shows you're comfortable. Like you can just laugh at yourself.
It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. They've been pudgy my whole life. Even when I was like a stick figure in high school and I was so skinny. I was like 110 pounds and I was like, I'm so fat. I was so skinny and like I looked emaciated and I thought I was fat. Even then, my fingers were so chubby. We got like class rings or whatever. I know we're supposed to wrap up. I'm sorry, but real quick, we got class rings, and I remember standing in line to get measured, and like the lady kept having to like go up a size. She's like, oh wow, oh. Okay. Oh yeah, you're size 8. Okay. Whew. Yeah.
My ring finger, 4 1/4.
My finger is double your finger. I'm a size 8.
It's my ring finger, like this one. Yeah. 4 1/4.
My finger is literally double your finger. My finger
size doesn't matter. Okay.
My finger could swallow your finger. Oh my god. Okay, we need to stop talking about this. I'm just gonna get so many mean comments. I can already feel it. Oh boy.
Oh, I
my
love
heart
it.
Can't take it.
real quick. We do have a Google Doc where you
Yes.
can ask questions.
I will put that in my chat right now if anyone wanted to,
Yeah.
guys. If you did want to ask questions for next week, well, actually, so this podcast was late because I had the Gen G competition, you guys. I was prepping for it the night before. Hopefully I win. So that's why we were doing the podcast. What is today? Friday today. But normally it's gonna be on Tuesdays, you guys. That's gonna be our normal day. So there's gonna be another podcast here in just a few days, probably Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days, I think. Oh, Gen G's in the chat. Hello. Hi. We were just talking about you guys. We just shouted out a Sivers. We have a little thing at the end. I don't know if you heard. We have a little thing at the end of our podcast called Positivity. So we were just we shouted out a Sivers and her stream because she was so awesome. And I'm like, I don't even know how I can compete with her. She's just crazy good.
Just bring them both on.
I know. Can't we just both join?
Yes, I just want everybody to win.
I know, that's me. I'm like, I couldn't even. Thank God I'm not like a judge though, because I would never be able to like. I can't do that. I can't be a judge on things. I don't know how to like.
No.
I can't do that.
I just love everybody.
Everyone, exactly. I'm like, oh, this person's good at this, or this person's good at that, or whatever. But okay, yeah. So Tuesday, you guys, is gonna be the next podcast. So we're kind of like little back-to-back ones here. But this one will be on Spotify, you guys, like usual, YouTube like usual. If you guys want to go check it out for the people who obviously missed the live recording. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. I appreciate it. Great questions. Again, put more questions in the Google Doc for next week. Thank you, guys.
Okay. I love y'all.
Love you guys.
Love
Thank
y'all.
you.
Okay.
Bye,
guys.
everyone. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.